going into high school, I wanted nothing to do with my vision loss. I very much was like in denial of it, even though I've lived with it my entire life. I did not want to be blind. So at the age of 16, I was going to every doctor, even if they had nothing to do with my eyesight. I'm like, can I get my driver's license? And they're like, you have a white cane.
I'm Joshua Ung, host of Got Game. I've invited 6 youth with disabilities from across the country to meet me at a board game cafe just outside of Ottawa to talk about our experiences while we play some games.
I've got game because, in spite of my visual impairment, I'm always able to see the bigger picture.
First up is Carly Fox, a neurodivergent disability advocate with idiopathic arthritis living in Ottawa.
I got game because I play outside of the rules.
Next is Joe Fornasier, a blind hockey player and TikTok influencer from Burlington, Ontario.
I got game because every piece of adversity that's thrown at me makes me stronger, so I'm pretty much invincible.
Alicia Chenier is a blind motivational speaker, actor, and activist from Sudbury, Ontario, who also lives with a brain tumor.
I've got game because I have the fire and the power to create change and authentically be myself.
Noah Vucic is a public speaker and Paralympic long jumper in the intellectual disabilities category from Calgary, Alberta.
I got game because of my confidence and perseverance and just being willing to try new things and seek out as many opportunities as I can.
Also from Calgary is Mary Lou Landry, an actor and pageant contestant living with functional neurological disorder and partial hearing loss.
I got game because I am resilient and I always find a way to rise above.
And finally, Ana Vallejo Perez, a Kelowna, BC-based creative writer and musician who uses a wheelchair due to brittle bone disease.
I got game because I want to do everything and I will try to do everything.
Today, we're playing You Can Say That Again, a trivia game where players show a card to either agree or disagree with everyone's answers. This is Got Game.
I will ask this question to Alicia. Okay. In the game Monopoly, what color are the most expensive properties?
Oh, geez. Oh, most expensive. I want to say like either red or yellow. I'm gonna say yellow.
Okay. I disagree.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Y'all aren't playing Monopoly like I am.
I can't see the game, so.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Such a hard game.
You answered the question. You don't have to.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
you can, unless you disagree with your answer.
I disagree with myself.
Yeah. Okay, who wants to shout out the right answer?
Dark blue, sorry.
Yeah.
He said shout out. I was kind of
Yeah,
ready
you're
for
right.
it.
Oh, okay.
Let me never play Monopoly with you.
Yeah.
so-
Wow.
Anna, what company's tagline is "Because you're worth it"?
I'm gonna say American Airlines,
Ooh.
and that's just a guess.
All right.
guess.
I gotta
idea.
say no.
Yeah.
Like I know
Probably
it's wrong.
likely not.
I don't know.
It's something that you wouldn't expect.
I don't know what it is, but I know it's not that.
It's something I've never heard in my life from this brand.
I feel like they had a sponsorship.
Okay, did anyone? Okay. It's L'Oreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right, Alicia, I'll ask you a question. Can you tell us about your disability?
yes. Oh, here. It's gonna be a long spiel. So my disability, I guess, like the main big thing, I was at 6 months old. I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and it has a very long name, craniopharyngioma. And through that, I was then diagnosed with my low vision. So I have tunnel vision and optic atrophy, if you want to get really, scientific. So which that means basically I'm completely blind in my left eye, and I only have central vision in my right eye. And then with the brain tumor and the brain surgeries, like the pituitary gland, which is the master gland of the body, was taken out. And so I am on medications to replace all of that. So I have something called adrenal insufficiencies, where my body, instead of going into fight or flight, it basically goes into freeze and shut down. My body does not produce adrenaline, and so I am on cortisone.
Can you tell us more about the brain tumor? Like, what has the process of treating it been like throughout the years?
Yeah, so many people have often asked me, why don't they just take it out? And I wish it was that simple, but so when I was diagnosed with it, it was in an area where it's hard to get to. It's kind of like in that optic chiasm, pituitary area. I think. And so they had to basically put a port in there. So I basically have a bump on my head, and it's kind of like, like a regular kind of cancer port, except it's called an Ommaya reservoir, where they can access my tumor and drain it if necessary, and put chemo in there when I need it. So when I was 8 months old, I had my first brain surgery. And so like they put then I started chemotherapy with that. And then at the age of 2, like 18 months to 2 years old, I had a craniotomy. So I had 250 stitches on a little 2-year-old head, and that is when I was like officially like diagnosed mainly with my vision loss. Like I had always had vision issues, but it was officially confirmed when like my optic nerve was cut because the brain tumor was around my optic nerve. And my mom, at the end of the day, well, even the doctor, like, I would rather, be alive than, right? So, risk the vision, it's not like, it's something I can live with.
Okay, Alicia, I have these new sunglasses here. They're called Meta AI Ray-Ban.
I've heard of those. I've been wanting to try them out.
Okay.
While dealing with her brain tumor was challenging enough as she made her way through school, Alicia also had to navigate life with a visual impairment. Today, she's at Vision Loss Rehabilitation Ontario to meet with her longtime orientation and mobility specialist, Chantel Samard.
Meta, what do you see in front of me?
In front of you is a conference room with a large wooden table and several chairs.
So I met Alicia when she was in grade 5 or 6, I believe. I used to call her my little Velcro. Alicia was always somebody who stuck to me. She wouldn't let go of my arm, my legs. She was always right beside me. Once we left the school, she wouldn't let go. Did you want to try a sign to see if it reads the sign to you?
Absolutely.
Chantel helps people with vision loss learn the skills they need to be independent. While Chantel gave Alicia her first white cane around the age of 9, it would be many years before Alicia felt comfortable using it.
Like for years I thought I was clumsy. No, I'm just very blind and I need a cane desperately.
Okay, let's head out.
When I would try to use it with my peers around, like they would just make fun of it. And the symbol became like to me like a symbol of being pitied and having sympathy on you. And so for many years I just, with my vision and like being bullied, I didn't accept my vision loss and my white cane, and I wanted nothing to do with it.
Okay, keep sweeping your cane side to side.
I'm touching
looking
the grass.
straight ahead.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so growing up, there was a lot of stigmas. There was no one talked about disability ever. And I was majorly bullied in elementary school for it. I've had experiences where, people have like asked me if they, were to poke stab my blind eye, if it would hurt. And, they would trip me in the halls. They would, move stuff on me and I wouldn't be able to find it. And I really think that's because there is a lack of education. I didn't learn about disability ever in school. And I think it might be getting better, but for me, it just wasn't my experience.
Through it all, Chantel has been there, patiently helping Alicia practice her skills and improve her confidence.
Okay, so let's cross straight.
Okay.
The confidence building in Alicia. As the years gone by, it was really nice to see how much she believed in herself as she practiced the skills. It took some time, but after doing it, it's quite the accomplishment to see her believe in herself and move forward.
She was truly like a light for me in a very dark time. And she has seen me through the worst and the best of my times in life, and she truly the one who has helped me the most with my acceptance to my white cane. And so as much as I was a Velcro to her and I just did not want to gain this independence, I guess she was there with me every step of the way, and she really showed me what I am capable of. And I don't think I would be here today if it wasn't for her.
She's the star in all of this. She's the one that put all the work into it and trusted me to be able to help her out. I just gave her the skills to be able to do all this. So she's the superstar here.
God Game will return after the break. God Game is back.
Joe,
Here we go. So fun.
what decade did the McDonald's open? Or did the first McDonald's open? Sorry.
What decade? Definitely not in the 2000s. Definitely not the 90s. You know what? I'm gonna say, give me 1930.
Yeah, no, the cards stay in this side.
Nah, I trust you, man. I trust you.
I'm gonna say no. I don't know.
Absolutely not.
Don't know.
It's either 30 or 40, but
I
let's
feel
stick
so
with 30.
confident.
It was 1940s.
Okay, Carly, what French city is famous for its mustard?
Wait. Dion?
Yeah.
Oh wait, we didn't do
Oh,
That's okay.
You're so eager. Yeah, you go.
High confidence. I know. This you didn't win anything.
I was going to support you, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't take it back.
Alicia, can you tell us about your personal anecdotes with the education system and how it's not built for persons with disabilities? How did that affect your upbringing in school?
Yeah, you know, I was basically shushed for talking about my disability when students would ask me about it. And, you know, like the teachers would like straight up say, like, blindness is not something we talk about. Like, we don't talk about that. I had my accommodations and that was it. And so, like being in grade 7, 8, going into high school, I wanted nothing to do with my vision loss. I very much was like in denial of it, even though I've lived with it my entire life. I did not want to be blind. So at the age of 16, I was going to every doctor, even if they had nothing to do with my eyesight. I'm like, can I get my driver's license? And they're like, you have a white cane. I was given my first white cane at the age of 9. It would come out of my backpack once a week for orientation and mobility, and then back in the backpack. And so oftentimes I wouldn't even use it for that. And then, you know, going into college, my O&M worker, again, she was like, please, if we get you a pink cane, would you use it? Or you have to, like, you're going into college, it's a huge place. I need you to start using your cane for your safety and everyone else around you to know that I was, you know, I have low vision. And so I said, pink, hello. So now I have a pink white cane and I named him Seymour because he sees more than me. That was like a whole beginning of my self-discovery of like being blind. And I went into college and I wasn't the girl with like just the white cane. I was the girl who was rocking a pink white cane. Everyone knew me and they're like, that's a cool cane. I was really discovering myself in college and I was very, very comfortable with myself. And then I went into university. And I'm in disability studies right now. And that first lecture on the first day changed my entire thought process and my confidence and just how I view myself as a disabled woman. I want to bring a different narrative to disability than what I grew up with. So this is my favorite one and my main cane that I use because it's pink. We've been on a long journey together.
At home, Alicia is proud of her growing cane collection, especially the pink one that changed everything.
With that cane, like I gained my confidence as a blind person. And that was when I was 18, and from the ages of like 18 to now 25, you know, I have had experiences where I use my cane every day. And then I have my Taylor Swift cane, which I brought to her concert, and it has all of the album colors and the different eras that she did.
But just as Alicia was gaining confidence around her vision loss, her brain tumor brought new complications to her life. Between the ages of 15 and 22, she needed multiple surgeries as well as radiation.
I, you know, faced a lot of medical like PTSD because of it, and it was like a really rough time. My cat Winnie came into my life, and she truly saved me from like the darkest time of my life. She has been like my soul cat, and she got me through, you know, the surgeries, the radiation, everything that I've been through since I was 22, 23. She's truly like what brought back the light in my life because, you know, I was learning to like enjoy life again and living my life for not only me, but, you know, living life to be with Winnie. Maybe try saying it.
Joe, you had a question for Alicia?
For someone like me who doesn't really know the process, kind of what is the process of going through radiation and kind of like What are the side effects, different things about that?
During COVID, my brain tumor said, I want to party. So I had a brain surgery to get a new port because the one that was placed when I was in high school was no longer effective. And then 6 months after that, I had an MRI, and they called me right away and they said, you have to get into the hospital now. It's infected. You have to have emergency brain surgery. Thankfully, it's been good, but then we had that, another MRI happen, and the doctor's like, it's still kind of growing. We can watch and wait, but ultimately, you have the option to do radiation. You don't need it right now, but it is something. And so that was like the first time I really took my healthcare and like my brain tumor journey into my own hands. And I was like, I'm sick of brain surgery. It takes a lot out of me. And so I had 6 weeks, 30 treatments of radiation, going to the hospital every day. And I can say it's been over 2 years, and my brain tumor is still shrinking because of that decision I made to have radiation.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you guys want to pick back up with the game?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anna.
What does the CC field in emails indicating secondary recipients stand for?
I don't know.
I sent so many of these.
I'm trying to think about what it would mean in French. I'm not sure.
Oh, I know it.
Okay, I'm just
know
going
it?
co-corresponding or whatever.
Alicia, you can steal it.
It's carbon copy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow, okay. That's a cool fact. I had no idea
Yeah.
about that.
Got Game will return after the break. Got Game is back.
Obviously, Alicia just unpacked a lot. I'm just curious, for anyone at the table, was there anything that she said that really resonated to something that you've experienced, whether that's in school or just, from going from your adolescence now to being a young adult?
I think just like reclaiming what it is to be disabled, like growing up in the system, when they like shush you when you talk about disability, like it's a bad thing. Like you were so confident about it, and then you get to school and they're like, actually, that's bad. Which, who the hell are they to say that's bad? Be so real. But for you to kind of refine that confidence, I think is really empowering. I think it speaks to a lot of our journeys, because I find with advocates especially, you have to kind of fall back in love with being disabled in a way that society does not want you to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for me also being visually impaired, the white cane thing was like huge for me. Like I was so against using the white cane, and then I kind of realized like, no, it's almost dangerous for me to walk around like an airport or a train station, like not being able to see anything, and no one can tell that I can't see, and I'm just an absolute liability walking around. So when I kind of finally like had the confidence to come out with a white cane, and I'm like walking around and I'm like parting the Red Sea in busy crowds, everyone's just getting out the way. I'm like, why was I not doing this 10 years ago? Like this makes life so much easier. So I feel like kind of just getting the confidence to use your mobility aid is massive. So I definitely kind of agree with that for sure.
I got told once, like, you do it to look more disabled. And I'm like, that's not a thing. I'm just trying to make my life easier, because it actually helps, like, especially with like visible and invisible, and I think you probably get that. It helps so much with your body, like feel safer, healthier, and like it's less stress, less like energy spent, because you can just like rely on the things that help you. But it's not because you have that it means that you are something that people can play with or have fun with or use against you in a way.
It's an ongoing journey. And I think that's just natural in the disability world, because yes, I have all of these really cool colored canes, but you think I want to be walking with a stick my entire life, and I use it because it helps me not have to look everywhere. And it helps take a lot of that eye strain off of me. But yeah, it's still I am, at 25, I am a very, very confident disabled person, but there's times where it's I just kind of want to not shut it off, but just be like, Mom, can I just use your elbow?
Alicia, personally, something that I thought was really interesting that you touched on was that point where you talked about in school, we don't talk about disability here. I think someone like myself who went from able-bodied to being disabled, I think that a part of the reason why I was so feeling in the dark when it first happened was because within my school, we didn't talk about disability at all. And for the most part, disability is always represented as something that, it happens to the elderly. So I think that, creating that sense of insecurity about it when you're a kid, and that's sticking with you even, at least personally, like it's still something that I deal with from time to time. And I just thought that was something that you touched upon that was a similar experience that I thought was really powerful.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, of course. Do you guys want to get back into the game?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Joe.
I'll go Josh. I feel like Buddy's answered negative questions today.
Hey, damn.
What does IQ stand for in terms of human knowledge?
Oh, God. I think it's something stupid like intellectual quarrel.
No, it's not.
I don't think
Alright.
so.
Oh, wait. Does someone want to steal?
Can I try steal it?
Go.
It's intelligence quiz.
Nope.
No, damn.
Anyone else want to steal this?
I was gonna
can't.
try to be like intelligence, like quantitative or something like that. Qualitative. But
Quotidian?
Quotidian.
Oh,
Quotidians.
I wasn't gonna-
Intelligence
yeah.
quotidians.
that's why mine is low. There's no way.
That's insane.
Mary Lou, do you have a question?
Alicia, so for you being someone with chronic illnesses and being visually impaired, blind, I was wondering, how has your experience been in acting? Because we know it's an industry that can be difficult to adapt sometimes. So what was like misconceptions or struggles you had to overcome as an actor?
Yeah. So I might as well start at like the beginning. 10-year-old Alicia who was like, I want to try theater, and all of that. And so I did my first theater play, and I loved it. I fell in love immediately. And so when I got into theater school, it was like there was a light at the end of the tunnel. And so I went in, and I was like so excited for this new journey. And then I got in, and I faced a lot of hardship and discrimination, and it was something like I was never gonna let my disability get in the way of that. But being told often by people who are teaching you, and like basically being like, disability is not meant for the theater, and they don't want to accommodate. My accommodations weren't being met, and my grades were lacking. And at the end of the day, like my the people who were teaching me theater, they weren't the most supportive. And it was really tough on me. And then I, went to college, took a little break from film, or like the theater world, kind of, but I still created 2 short films and really kind of explored disability and my reclaiming of disability in that way. And then when I got into disability studies, my life changed. And it was so cool to like research and like get to see like what these disabled artists are doing. Like they're showing off their disability in ways that like the regular narrative like might not see. And so that is when like now I am really like going full force and pursuing acting, because I mentioned this again, but there's no day but today.
How's it going, Alicia?
Good, how are you?
Good. We'll get you to take your mark. Good, perfect. Okay, so you're auditioning for a commercial today?
When Alicia realized her next-door neighbor owned an actor's training studio, she started taking classes. Her teacher, Kelly Lamb, is already helping Alicia find paths into the industry.
Okay, now I'll get you to show us Happy. I had a casting director here from Ottawa, and she was talking to Alicia, and she said, hey, Alicia, there's an agency based in British Columbia that represents people with disabilities. So Alicia reached out to them, they signed her, and since then she's been getting auditions, and I've been helping her with the auditions, and she's been doing great.
My first movie and like official job, I was 15, and I got to be on set as a background worker, and I met a bigger star, Billy Baldwin, and he took the time to talk to aspiring me at 15 and really gave me that confidence to, it might be hard to get into acting, but you know what, like you can achieve it and you can get there.
Perfect, that's great. Do you want to watch some playback?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And because of that conversation, there came a point in my life where it's like with everything that I've lived through, and like especially with like all of those surgeries back to back to back and radiation, we only have one life to live. And for me, like a quote that I live by is no day but today. And so I really sat down with that thought and thought, I want to pursue acting again. It might be hard. It might be tough. It's like rejection therapy most of the time, because you get more no's than yeses. But I knew that like it's just where I was meant to be, you know, whether it be on stage, behind a camera, or like, you know, in front of a camera, bringing that authenticity and being myself.
Perfect. That was great.
Perfect.
You did an awesome job. You happy with all that?
I am. Instead of, you know, living your life in fear of the unknown, I really changed the narrative, and I want to live my life by love of what I'm doing, who I am around, who I am as a person. So yeah, long answer short, like that is what No Day But Today means to me, and why it is truly like my whole life being.
Got Game will return after the break. Got Game is back.
Mary Lou, what word refers to a single spaghetti noodle?
What the heck is?
Give it your best guess.
I feel like it's just something simple like noodle or spaghetti, but I know it's not.
Incredible. Anyone else want to?
I don't want to believe that it's something like bigger.
I feel like it's like spaghettini.
The Italians are gonna be on your
It's spaghetto.
Yeah, I was gonna say spaghetto.
Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah, you were going to say it. That's why you didn't say it, huh?
Oh,
Take
damn.
the card. Anna, you had a question.
Yeah, well, mostly like, I just wanted to say that Alicia and Mary Lou, like mostly because I just wanted to say that I really admire how you have gotten into the acting industry, because I mean, on a little sad note, I think I was really like shunned in when I was a kid, because I really wanted to be an actor too, and I've never given up on my music dream, but I definitely gave up on that acting dream. One time I was auditioning for something that was like after school, and it was just like this like very like small thing. It was just with students, and I was like 10 or something. And after I said my line, they were like, and then can you fall? Can you fall? And I was like, sorry, fall? Like you want me to fall? Like that is literally the one thing that I cannot do. Like there is no reason for that to be there. That was not in the play. And so, you know, it felt like at the time I was like, wow, I wish I could fall. And then thinking now, it's like, why did they ask me to do that? You know, so I just feel like, yeah, it really.
Yeah, it makes me think of one of my first like theater plays when I went to, when I was in grade 9, my first semester in theater, and I looked in in my thing and I had no lines. And so I went to my teacher and I was like, wait, well, you said everyone's gonna get a line, and why don't I have one? And she basically had said, you have to prove yourself. And and so she, and it was a big fight. Like I was like, I want a line in this. And so she gave me the amazing line of, and I just had to gasp on stage. And that was it. And it was one of those things where it was like, after that, like, you know, I had bigger roles later on, but as my first experience, like, you know, it was disheartening. And the teacher would, like, you know, they would drag my disability, like make me use it as a bad thing, and like be like, you have a disability, your character is so disheartening, and blah 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 XYZ, and it's like, what?
Yeah, I think that's interesting because it seems like, to me at least, growing up, maybe a little bit better now, but not to a point where I think it's obvious. But it seems like the roles that are disabled, whether they're in television or film, it seems to be kind of one of two tropes. Either someone is pitied upon throughout the film or TV, and they have to kind of be saved by some empathetic warrior hero.
Yes.
Or they have some sort of disability, and then they turn into a villain because of how
not the villain.
yeah, how terrible it is and how they hate life, and they're gonna take it out on the world. So playing those roles or having them given to you specifically because of your disability, like, I could only imagine what that was doing.
So you brought that on, and I was never able to explore my disability in roles. I was always playing characters that didn't have disabilities.
Actually, like, personally, I just finished a play last month, and at first I was so scared to audition because I was like, this is not a role for anyone with disabilities. So when I booked the role and I realized it was like one of the biggest roles in the play, I was like, oh, they didn't mind it. And we just made it work in a way that they were like, we're not seeing you as someone who's disabled. We see you as an actor that has talent. And I think it really changed the script for me in a way that after that, I auditioned for roles that I was scared of auditioning for because they're like really big roles, really big plays in Calgary. And I was getting callbacks and stuff because I just felt like I could put myself out there, which for a while I couldn't. And I hope you get back into acting, Anna, because actually it's not about what we look like, it's about what we can bring to the role that's not only gonna like make the play, the show look good and sound good, but also just the reality of things. And yeah,
you brought up a good point that, so for me in the acting and film world, because film is so much different than theater, when I dove into that world, like I have an amazing agency and agents where, you know, all of their talent is disabled. And so a lot of the roles I am auditioning for have some sort of disability. But I have faced times, and I don't know if you have, where I will go on a self-tape and they don't see the walkers or the canes. And so for me, they're like, well, it says here you're blind, but like, you don't really quote unquote look blind. And it's like, well, I use a white cane, but you don't see, because self-tapes are like chest up. Like I haven't gotten roles like where I was probably like, you know, not being biased, but like it was for a children's TV show. And like I was like getting a call, like I was getting multiple callbacks, but I guess at the end of the day, like I didn't have a guide dog. I didn't really look physically disabled enough for them, which is what they always, like, you know, more times than not, like they want that physical disabled looking like look.
I think we should get back to the game.
Fair enough.
You know, Joe, you exposed me last time, so I'm gonna ask you this.
Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, it's a softball, so you should get it
Not
right.
a softball.
Okay.
False sense of security.
Yeah, I know.
What vitamins, almonds, sunflower seeds, and bell peppers high in?
Hello?
Dude, what? Okay, wait. Read the foods again.
So,
Almonds, bell peppers.
bell peppers, and sunflower seeds. What vitamin are they high in?
All right, let me think. It's
There's a lot of
definitely, it's
vitamins.
not vitamin. Wait, sunflower? You say?
The realization.
Did you say sunflower seed?
Yeah, I did.
Sun.
A light bulb just like.
Everyone, just get ready to agree with this. Sunflower, sun,
Wow.
vitamin D from the sun.
Okay.
Sunflower's getting the vitamin D. Give me vitamin D. That's my final answer.
All right, what do you guys say?
No,
I agree.
I kind of agree.
All right. You're wrong, but
Can I like
Yeah.
have one guess?
Yeah.
That's probably wrong. Vitamin B?
which one, sorry?
B?
B? No.
Okay, well there we
We're just
go.
throwing out letters, eh? We're just
Yes.
throwing out anything.
Hell yeah.
There's no
Vitamin E.
Dude, I was thinking
Sunflower.
vitamin E, and then I thought
It was a
sunflower.
good line of thought.
Honestly, I respect the mental facts.
Sunflowers, you say?
Got Game will return after the break. Got Game is back.
Alicia,
Oh, this is fun. Okay, Mary Lou.
Yeah.
Okay, what company began in 1997 as a subscription service that mailed DVDs directly to customers?
That's a thing.
I have full confidence. Full confidence.
Do you know it?
They mailed DVDs.
Sorry, girl. Let's switch it. I just switched the card.
You're distracting me.
Sorry.
I know it's wrong, but I'm just gonna go with that because I don't know what it is. Netflix. I know it's wrong.
Dude, it is Netflix. It is Netflix.
So you're actually right.
Really?
Yes.
I was
Awesome.
I'm so proud of myself.
Alicia, you mentioned how the theater space isn't necessarily as accessible as it should be for someone like yourself. What changes would you like to see?
I think, especially like, you know, it's bigger, it's different in all cities. Sudbury is a little bit, you know, smaller of a city, but we are getting there. We are seeing more representation in other aspects. Disability is still something that I would like to work on. I am actively pursuing, I'm an accessibility consultant for a theater right now and for a certain production. And then I have loose ties and talking about setting up a meeting so we can get one of the bigger theaters in Sudbury to be the first theater in Sudbury to have audio descriptions for their shows. And just, the theaters, when they put out those casting calls, make it so like they're open for people with disabilities, physical, neurodivergent, any of those, and just, inviting and being like, this space is safe for all, and, disability or not, like, you're accepted. Because that's how, for the most part, like, the people in the acting and disability and theater world, I have always felt accepted, for the most part.
Alicia's disability advocacy work reaches beyond the theater community. As part of the Accessibility Committee of Sudbury, she recently helped address issues with local bus stops.
We are at one of the bus stops that I helped advocate for. Back within the pandemic, the city wanted to change the bus signs and make all of them, color-coded for the routes, but also it was color on a white backdrop. And so for the blind community in Sudbury, it was really hard to find the bus stops and know what color you were looking for in which place. And just under a year ago, these signs were put in, and they are now double the size of what they used to be, and they are the same across the board all within Sudbury. And they also have a QR code on them so that if you scan it, you can see the bus stop that you're at and when the bus is coming.
It took many years for Alicia herself to gain confidence out in public. But thanks to her work with her orientation and mobility specialist, Chantel, she's now confident navigating the city, whether on the bus or as a pedestrian.
I remember too when I was in high school, I think I was like grade 9 or 10, and me and Chantel had been working on me taking the city bus alone. We would do the same route over and over and over. And she's like, okay, well, like any day, like you can do this. And then there was one day where I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. So I went without Chantel. It was terrifying my first time. But the confidence that came out of me getting off the bus out of that time was like truly the best, and I saved that little transfer ticket. Yeah, and ever since then, I'll call her because I don't want to say I don't need her as much anymore, but she's given me the tools and the skills that I need to be successful.
Anna, you had a question.
I actually wanted to come back to something that you said earlier. So I experienced brain trauma, and I had brain surgery about 8 months ago, and it was just all very new to me, even though I've had my bone condition that's like fragile bones. I've had so many fractures and other kinds of surgeries my whole life. I feel like I was not prepared for this to be like around the brain. And I'm also curious, like, how do you feel about like having this brain tumor like most of your life, and like in the like scariest moments, like how do you feel like at peace with yourself enough that you can go on with things?
For sure. That's a great question. So I guess it's kind of like how I deal with everything, eh?
Yeah, I see everything.
So for me, I really, I've had like different ways of thinking my entire life, but as I got older and I became more self-aware of like, oh no, I actually, the brain tumor is a serious thing. And so with that, living with a brain tumor, there's a lot of unknown. And, it's something that I could let it eat me up at the end of the day, but what's that gonna do for me? So instead, I kind of, instead of living in fear, I'm living with love, and within the love of the work I do with disability representation in film, being an actor, with the people I surround myself with and love, and just living every day like it could be my last, because we all don't know, especially living with disabilities and disease, diagnoses. At the end of the day, I don't know. My tumor is very stable, but again, I could have an MRI and be in brain surgery again. Knock on wood, it's not gonna happen. But yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I just feel like
And Alicia, I really like too how you said kind of that unknown piece with having a disability, because I feel like no matter what the disability is, or even if you have the same disability as someone, there's still kind of those unknowns. Like the outcome could just look very different for everyone in their like high school years or college years or adult years. And so that's just something that I'm sure others at the table too can relate with as well.
Yeah, it's kind of something I've learned throughout these episodes is like that I've never really experienced with other people is kind of like the anxiety that everyone faces having a disability. Like, again, being in class, scared to get called out to read something, or kind of, I don't know, being at the bus stop, scared someone's gonna chirp you for having a white cane, and like different things like that. Like, kind of like always felt alone almost, like feeling that. So it's really nice to hear everyone. So it's not nice to know that you guys have an anxiety, obviously, but it's nice to know that kind of other people are experiencing the same thing and getting through it. So yeah, I appreciate everyone sharing that stuff.
Persons with disabilities are 2 times more likely to experience mental health. And I feel like, you know, we're gaining more awareness of mental health disabilities, but at the same time, like, we need to talk more about the mental health effects of being disabled because I think it's so isolating. So finding community has been so important. And I think like being here right now is so good for my mental health. I'm not going to therapy this week. I'm writing it off.
God Game will return after the break. God Game is back.
So, Noah.
Oh.
Oh, okay. What color is the flag that is raised after a successful jump or throw in track and field events?
Oh, a white flag.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I will agree with you. I feel like everyone should agree with you.
Yeah, there's no pressure.
The first one there.
Thanks.
Okay. There you go, Joe.
Sweet, guys. Finding out. All right. We'll keep it on the sports side. Who wants a sports question here? Any guys fired up for a sports question?
Try me.
Alicia.
Try me.
Alicia, in the Olympics, what sport has the smallest ball?
What? Oh, is golf in the Olympics? No, I don't even think so.
That's a good question.
The smallest.
Can't give you any hints here.
I believe in you.
I'm thinking it's probably like badminton or tennis. No.
Anyone want to steal? Anyone want to steal?
Ping pong?
Is ping pong in the Olympics?
Who said that first?
I said table tennis, ping pong.
She said table tennis, I
That's what
said
I
ping
thought.
pong.
Yeah.
It's table tennis.
Oh, okay.
Literally the same thing, but
Oh,
you
is
said
it?
it first. Yeah.
That's why I'm getting the card.
Yeah, fair enough.
Slide the deck.
Ping pong. Oh, what is this?
You need to try this.
Today, Alicia's trying out the interactive games at Science North with her good friend Patrick Bellick, who is also diagnosed with the same kind of brain tumor as Alicia.
Oh, nice.
15.
Nice.
Not bad for a blind girl. Our friendship was started with her commonality of brain tumors, but we developed our friendship based on how the other human is, how it's easy to have a laugh and go for late night ice creams at McDonald's, and just genuinely simple but meaningful friendships.
He's always there when I need him, and he's truly like a friend like no other. He's just been there for me through a lot, and I think our relationship has changed in the aspect, like he was able to help me come to terms with my diagnosis, and really accept my diagnosis, but also know that I can live my best life, you know, while still going through all of this. Do you want to do the fun moose head? Okay.
Yes.
Selfie moment.
Yes.
Living with a brain tumor, you know, people might hear the word brain tumor and absolutely freak out. To me, it's another word in my everyday dictionary. It is normal for me, and it's something that I'm comfortable talking about. I'm not gonna let my brain tumor diagnosis get in the way of what I want to pursue in life. And that is why all of my work has led to really working in the film and media industry as an actor, you know, producer, director, because for young kids today, there still is not enough representation and authentic disability representation in media. And so all of the work I do is because of little Alicia, who sat, you know, by herself at lunchtime at 10 years old, you know, not knowing what the future held for her.
she is a powerhouse, and when she has her goal in mind, there's not a lot that can stop her. Like anything she wants or she's working towards, I can see happening for her. It won't, honestly, just in the past year, I've seen her do things that I wouldn't have expected myself, and it demonstrates how the sky's the limit for her.
You can't lead your life in fear because you're not going to get anywhere.
Carly.
Actually in shambles right now. 0 cards to swing.
Okay.
Throw me a layup here.
If only I knew what that meant. Okay. Joe.
Okay, yep.
What traditional Japanese seasoning is a paste made from fermented soybeans?
Dude, you gotta be joking.
It was the easiest one on the card.
Does that? Fermented soybeans? Japanese paste. I don't even know a single paste except toothpaste. You know what? Give me like
I don't
yeah.
believe you. I don't believe in you.
You know what? You know what? What's that? What about give me
Walking.
wasabi? Wasabi?
Did you get that right? Wait.
I was thinking that too. I'm not gonna lie, but like.
I'm agreeing with.
Okay, I'm agreeing with Joe.
It's coming from Joe.
Does anyone want to steal? Steal?
No, I know.
I'm putting us out of our misery. It's miso.
Miso. I've never even heard of that before, so.
Yeah, I only know it's
Trying to throw you a bone there, dog.
I wanted that. Wasabi was a good guess, though.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
I was
it's
just
just
hating.
the only paste that I know.
Well, thank you to everyone at the table for your contributions. Alicia, it's been so great getting to know you over the course of this episode. And that is Got Game.
Woo!
Producer Tim Alp. Associate producer and host Joshua Ung. Created by Joshua Ung through AMI's apprenticeship program. Written and story edited by Maureen Carter. Director of photography Benjamin Dion. Editors Caitlin Martell, Jay Bond. Integrated described video specialist M. Williams. Supervising producer Jennifer Johnson. Produced for AMI by Mountain Road Productions. Copyright 2025 Accessible Media Inc.
An AMI original production.